Good afternoon, everyone. We're ready to begin. It's my pleasure to introduce ETSU President Dr. Brian Nolan.
Thank you all and good afternoon. Thank you for taking your time on a Friday afternoon, early Friday evening, to be part of history, to be part of a celebration, to be part of an opportunity for a university to come together as a family, not only with our students, faculty, and staff, but for the community as a whole. Today's a day of celebration, today's a day of new beginnings, but today is a day when all of us come together to celebrate East Tennessee State University. It's my distinguished honor to present the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Tennessee, an ETSU alum, Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey.
You think he's been waiting for this for a long time. I've been here for a lot longer than you've been around. I'm a 1978 graduate of ETSU. For those of you who don't know, my roots are pretty blue and gold, okay? My wife, Cindy, sitting on the front row, is an ETSU graduate. I have 3 daughters who are ETSU graduate. I have 2 son-in-laws that are ETSU graduate. My mother is an ETSU graduate. My grandmother is an ETSU graduate. You can see that I'm excited about today. That's all I can say. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to just brag on Dr. Nolan. I mean, what a fantastic breath of fresh air at ETSU that he is, and thank you. Obviously, we're here today to celebrate football, but it goes much deeper than just football for what Dr. Nolan has been able to do here at ETSU. We work together very well. We talk almost on a weekly basis to make sure that we're moving this end of the state forward, and the things that are happening here are very, very exciting. But we are here today. We are here today to announce football. And I am so excited about that. Coach, good to see you. I can't wait for you to be here. Coach Fulmer, you too. I can't wait to have you here too. But we are, obviously one of the next steps will be to make sure that we have a stadium. The stadium has to go through the State Building Commission to be funded. I happen to know the chairman of the State Building Commission very well. You may know him. His name's Ron Ramsey, okay? Now, not to put any pressure on myself, but I'm going to make sure that happens as soon as we get the plans going, as soon as we get going. So welcome everyone here today. Welcome. This is a fantastic moment. I'm excited about this. I know you're excited about this, or you wouldn't be here. So thank you, Dr. Nolan, for letting me take just a small part of this. Thank you very much.
Governor, thank you, and thank you for your support of this university. This is a university that I know is near and dear to your heart. You've shared with me on many occasions, you graduated from the university, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It goes back. But for all of those who have deep roots to ETSU, such as yourself, today is a day when we reflect on the process that brought us to this moment. And before introducing the next speaker, I want to talk a little bit about that process, because it was several months ago that we stood before you and announced that we were going to go about this in a deliberative manner, that we were going to do this the right way. And our athletic director, Dr. Richard Sander, was an integral part of this process. We brought Dr. Sander on board last year as part of the Committee for 125 work, an effort that examined the future for the university. Dr. Sander first came into the role as a consultant and then came into the role as interim athletic director. A couple of weeks ago, we announced that the interim tag has been removed and Dr. Sander will continue to lead the athletic department forward. But there are a number of steps that he has put in place and will put in place to ensure that we continue to do this the right way. One of which was conference affiliation. It was integral not only to the success of the program in the short term, but the success of the athletic department long term, that we find a home for the Bucks. And as you can see, we found that home in the Southern Conference, and we are truly excited about the opportunities that the Southern holds for us moving forward. The other aspect of Dr. Sanders' process was to bring on board Coach Philip Fulmer. Coach Fulmer has played an integral role as we've moved through the search process. He has spent countless hours interviewing candidates, doing field work, providing the homework that gave the foundation for today. And on behalf of a very grateful university, I want to thank Coach Fulmer for all of your efforts to make today possible. A lot of people have asked me why football. Literally every day of the week, someone has asked the question, why football at this time in the point of the history of the university? For me, today is not only a day when we look forward as an athletic department, it's a day when we look forward as a university and we look forward as a community of scholars and as a community of East Tennesseans. Football is part of a broader strategy for enrollment growth. Football is part of a broader strategy to bring tradition, pageantry, and engagement with our students and community members as a whole. Football brings a connection with individuals that you simply cannot put a price tag on. Football, in many respects, will be the fabric that weaves us together with the community as a whole. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the enrollment growth that will occur at this institution. I'm excited about the tradition. I'm excited about the pageantry. Today is a fantastic day, and it's my honor and pleasure to introduce the person who has carried this every step of the way, who's invested countless hours, who's taken time away from his family, and who has become a member of the ETSU family, our athletic director, Dr. Richard Sander.
Thanks, Dr. Nolan. As Dr. Nolan said, I think one of the things that's so important is that, everybody needs to understand that football is a piece. It's a piece of a big picture. It's a piece of a big puzzle to really move ETSU down the road and to become and recognized as the great university that it is. And I think football will help us do that. It'll do so many things for the institution, for the community, and for every ETSU constituent group out there. So this is a great day. And I was very fortunate to be able to play a small part in this process. Dave Mullins, who has really built this program over the last 10 years, has really kind of created the foundation for this to be able to take place. So I feel very fortunate to do that, but also on the other hand, as we moved forward in the process, one of the things that, we really had to kind of create a profile for what this person was going to be, who was going to be this individual that was going to lead this program. And as we started to look at this, the one thing that became very apparent to me was the complexity of the responsibility of being the head football coach at ETSU. This was not being the head football coach at an existing program. We did not have a football. We did not have any equipment. We didn't have a clipboard. So this is somebody that's going to have to build this program from the ground up. And that's really going to require a vast array of talents. Not only a guy who can really coach the game of football, but also somebody that can engage the community, somebody that understands how universities work, the internal workings of the university, the importance of the faculty, of the staff, of every piece of the fiber of the institution. So as we looked at that, we talked to tons of people. We talked to incredible amount of people, and we actually came down to the individual that you'll meet today. But I think for me, one of the most important pieces of the whole search process was to engage Phil Fulmer. Coach Fulmer was incredible in the amount of time, effort, work, knowledge that he really got involved with. It was truly inspirational to me. Like Dr. Nolan and I say, we're kind of basketball guys, so if it would have been a basketball coach, I kind of would have had, a lot better feel for the inner circle of college basketball. But, I didn't have that, so we really had to rely on Coach Fulmer, just an incredible amount. So we were very fortunate to be able to get him to help us. Yesterday I had a chance to play golf. We did an auction item for the Boss auction, and part of it was to play golf with myself and Coach Fulmer. And so one of the things that I kind of noticed was that Coach Fulmer could really spread the word for ETSU and spread the logo. And so I have 3 golf balls here for him because he's playing in this big golf tournament Monday. So I thought if I gave him these 3 ETSU, a sleeve of ETSU golf balls, that the people, you know, on the very peripheral of the course would probably get these balls. So if I can get him through the first hole anyway, I think, with this sleeve of balls. But he's been great to work with. He's truly, you know, he's truly been wonderful to work with, and he's going to continue to work. We've got a great working relationship. He has a great knowledge of college football. He has a great knowledge of the leadership in college football, and so we're very honored to have him be part of this whole process. So I'd love for Coach to come up here, and I'll give him a sleeve of balls. and thanks, Coach. Also, these displays up here, these were when we announced football on April 2nd. It's the Johnson City Press, and we had these put together, one for Dr. Nolan, one for Coach Fulmer. So, Coach, thank you so much.
Well, to start with, Dick, I don't know where you got your sense of humor recently, but 3 is not nearly enough, I can tell you. You know, I am so proud to have been part of this process, and I mean that in a true sense. Dr. Nolan and Dr. Sander were very gracious in their comments, but the truth of it is, all along we've been following their lead to get to this exciting day, to get to this historic day for East Tennessee State football and East Tennessee State University. You know, this day is about a lot of things. It's about the East Tennessee State family. It's about past players, the alumni. It's about the business community having an opportunity to step in and be involved in something very, very special. It's about the opportunity for those players to come back and enjoy homecoming and a place that we don't have to compete with everybody that's around us. It can be a part of what we're doing here at East Tennessee State University. We look forward to all that we have in front of us. As Dr. Sanders said and Dr. Nolan said, it took a lot of vetting of different candidates to get to this point, and I congratulate them. Dr. Nolan for his vision and his leadership, Dr. Sander for his leadership and the execution of a plan. We did talk some football along the way with lots of different candidates, and when we started talking about zone blitzes and those kind of things, I saw Dick's eyes just glaze over, you know, so it probably was good that somebody was in the room with him, as it would have been if they were talking about the pick and roll with me there. I would have not known it either. But I had some interesting statistics that came forward. 3 million people live within a 75-mile radius of the Tri-Cities Airport. That's 3 million potential Buccaneers to be a part of this program. 80,000 East Tennessee State alumni out there. We need your support. This is the time to get on board. We are not asking everyone to choose. We want to be one of your choices as we look to the future, because there's lots of opportunities. Virginia Tech, Clemson, Tennessee, all places. We're not trying to compete against those folks. We're trying to give the people of East Tennessee State an opportunity to be a part of something that's really, really special. Dr. Nolan and Dr. Sander, as I said, have been way too kind in this process. One of the things that Dr. Nolan said from the very beginning is he wanted it to be a fun process. This has been a lot of fun, Brian. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this process. Made a lot of great new friends, and I've been really pleased with how many people, you know, from Nashville to Upper East Tennessee that have come out of the woodwork and said thank you for being involved with East Tennessee State. I went there, and we have a chance to really connect with a lot of different people. It's really not that far away where we'll be teeing it up. It seems like a long time, and there's certainly a lot to do. We started the process a good while back to find a coach, and as Dick was describing, we went through a pretty significant list of things that we expected them to be. It had to be high energy. There's a lot of work to do. It had to be a great communicator. It had to be a man with exceptional experience. It had to be somebody that's won. You know, why do it if we're not going to win? It had to be a leader of young men, community-minded. It had to be a man of character. It had to be tough-minded because there's a lot of challenges in front of us. It had to be a recruiter to start a program. It had to be organized. Certainly needed to be familiar with the area and the culture of the area. I have known this man for 30-plus years. I've coached against him, and it was always tough. Recruited against him, and he was one of the best. Sat for hours when he would come back and visit us when he wasn't at a school that we were competing against, and watched tape together and studied defensives and offenses and the new trends in football. He's a man of character and faith. Family is very important. His own family, his team is his family. His community is his family, and his church is his family. So we got a winner, we've got a leader, we've got a communicator, we've got a guy that's tough-minded, we've got a guy that's organized, and certainly he's familiar with the area. I think we have a short video, not to embarrass Carl in any way, but a short video to show you, and then I'll introduce our new head football coach. East Tennessee State's new head football coach, Carl Torbush.
Well, two or three things before we start. First of all, if I get some shoe dye, I can get that hair black again. You know, everybody loves a winner, and I hadn't lost a ball game yet, so that's an exciting time. And Janet, I'm not sure you realize what a great guy you've got for a husband, so I want to make sure you understand that. But you know, it's a great time to be here. Being an East Tennessean, and one thing you'll find out about me is I'm not going to take myself too seriously. You know, I think it's my most important thing is to make sure everybody that comes to work every day has a great experience and enjoys coming, being part of the program, and helping East Tennessee State Bucks football program be what it needs to be. But I can't tell you how excited I am for this opportunity at this stage. You know, being from here for many years, it's a great opportunity. Dr. Nolan, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I didn't know him till a week ago, and just it's a great time to know you. You're a great man and got great vision for this university, and I heard you don't need to play him and pick up basketball either. So, Dr. Sander, again, another great relationship. It's amazing how you can develop a relationship over a 2-week period of time and feel like you've known somebody all your life, and there's no question that has been that way. Philip Fulmer, I can't say enough about you. We've known each other forever, both competing against each other as friends. I think the most fun time I had was being able to spend 4 to 5 hours in a relaxed environment with Philip and just sit there and talk and reminisce and really get to know each other again. So that was just a great time. And then I want to say a special thanks to my wife, Janet. Janet, if you'll stand up, please. She doesn't want to do that, but by the way, she's a Kingsport Dobbins Bennet Indian, so you know that's good and that's bad. I hear you. Then my son Trey, and his girlfriend Rebecca. And again, she's followed me all over the country. If you'll look at my resume, I was pretty consistent for about the first 20 years. And about the last 10 years, I've been like a gypsy. Been here, there, and everywhere for a number of reasons. But, this day's for East Tennessee State. This day is about East Tennessee State football. When I got a call several months ago about East Tennessee State, I had to vent a little bit and explain why I never thought East Tennessee State should have ever dropped football. But then to find out that East Tennessee State's getting ready to bring it back, I can't tell you, even though I wasn't an interested party at the time, how thrilled I was to see it coming back. And I can tell you I've got a lot of friends that are East Tennessee State graduates, that are ex-East Tennessee State football players, that I'm not sure up until now that they really feel like it's coming back. Well, it is. It's here. So we're excited about it. It's a great, great opportunity. The opportunity and the privilege and responsibility that you have bestowed on me is not taken for granted. Again, I've told several, somebody says, gosh, that guy's awful old to be starting a football program. I've said it time and time again. I've been 20. Those 20-year-olds hadn't been 60. So I've got about 40 years of experience and wisdom and knowledge that I feel like that I can give them. And Philip feels the same way. I think it's a matter of the passion that you have for what you're doing, having the love, the opportunity to get it done. And you won't find anybody, I'll cut you another joke. I said, one great thing I like about being here, I won't need an interpreter to understand what I say. But it's been great the last few days to see so many friends that are graduates of here that basically have come out of the woodwork and called me to congratulate me on this opportunity. And again, like I say, this is not about Carl Torbush. This is about East Tennessee State Buccaneer football. My job as a coach, I want to make everybody feel good. I don't care if it's the faculty. I don't care if it's former athletes. I don't care if it's our maintenance crew. I don't care if it's our cafeteria workers. I don't care if it's the people in the community or just East Tennessee State fans. I want everybody to feel like they're a big part of this process that we're going to have to get us where we need to be as a football program. We've got a great place. I've always said Tri-Cities, in my opinion, is as fine a place to live as I've ever been around. And I say that with all honesty. I've been here many, many times. It's just a great area to raise a family, great area to get an education, just a great area to live. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about going door to door and shaking hands with the people in the community, the people that run the businesses here, excited about going to the cafeteria, excited about going to the housing, excited about getting in the administration building, excited about getting into the different departments, because everybody's not a football fan. But we want everybody to feel like East Tennessee State football has something to give back to the university. I can tell you, it's real simple. Just by the start of this football program, we've probably already guaranteed us 1,000 more students. You got 200 people in a band. You got probably 120 football players. You've got a lot of people that are going to come to school here just because we have football and they don't have to go somewhere else so that they can enjoy the college experience in football. So there are a lot of positive things getting ready to happen. There's no question that East Tennessee has got a great, great academic institution. I like Dr. Nolan's theory. This university is for East Tennesseans. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to take them from other places, but this university, East Tennessee State University, should be made up of people in this area. When I say this area, I'm talking about East Tennessee. That's why they call it East Tennessee State. Again, like I say, I'm proud to be part of that. Like I say, it's just a great, great opportunity at a great time. Let me tell you some of the things that I just firmly believe in. I think it's important. And I'm a guy that I'm old-fashioned. I got a simple philosophy. First thing you'll hear me say to our players, yes, sir, no, sir, hats off, hustle. If they'll say yes or no, sir, to keep them out of trouble most of the time. If they take their hats off in the house, that shows that they got some manners. If they'll hustle, they'll overcome a lot of mistakes that normally can't be made. I've got what I call the 3 bones of life, and I'll go into those more at a different time. Have a funny bone. Enjoy the experience. Relax. Be able to laugh with people, not at people. Have a wishbone. have goals and objectives. We've got them. Dr. Nolan's got them. It's important to us that we've got the wishbone that a lot of people have given for the last 10 years trying to get this thing back. Well, it's back. And then the third thing is the backbone, being able to stand up and know that you're doing what is right and that you're making good decisions. And like I say, I take great, great pride in being your head football coach at East Tennessee State. It's a great, great opportunity. I feel like that my goal and my objectives in leading young men is fourfold. Academics, graduate. 2, athletics, win all the games. 3, socially, stay out of trouble, be a good role model for young people, and do things right. And 4, spiritually, be able to lead people in the direction they need to go. And I'm a firm believer. I've got a verse, and I found out a long time ago, most people are really nosy. So all I'm going to do is tell you the verse. If you got a Bible, go read it. Jeremiah 29, 11 through 13. And there's no question in my mind that that's the reason that I'm here today as your head football coach. I'm excited about the opportunity. It's a great time in East Tennessee State history. I'm so excited about meeting the former players, about meeting former students, about being part of you. And it's very important right now that we all pull together to make sure that we can get this program where it needs to be. And it will be a process. Like I say, it's a lot of funds and games right now. The thing we've got to do is get it where it needs to be. So when we get into the SoCon on that 4th year, that we've got a chance to compete for a conference championship. Not 5 years from now, as soon as we get in there. And that's our goal, and that will be my goal as a head football coach. That will be our athletic director's goal. That will be our president's goal. And I do want to say this. There is no question that y'all showed great wisdom in getting Philip Fulmer involved because he's not only a great man, he wants to be involved, he wants to help, and he really doesn't have to. He's done this because of the love for East Tennessee State University. He's done this because he loves football. He's done this because he wants to be involved. And I can promise you, Philip Fulmer will get in a lot more doors a lot quicker than Carl Torbush, Dr. Nolan, or Dr. Sander. So we're going to make sure that we keep him active in every way. And again, like I say, the opportunity to be here is second to none. I'm excited about it. I learned a long time ago, once they invented internet, talk radio, and media scrutiny, there are no secrets. So I'd say most of you knew that what was getting ready to happen today before it happened. But again, like I say, I'm very, very gracious for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to meeting as many people as I can. One great thing about not playing football for the next 2 years is the opportunity to slowly go about it and be able to meet people in a one-on-one situation that if we were playing this fall, it couldn't happen that way. So we've got so many opportunities. There's so much to be done. I firmly believe I've seen it. If football wasn't a great thing at a university, why would so many small schools be starting that have no money? The economy in the Tri-Cities will go up. The enrollment at the university will go up. Academically, even as strong as we are, it'll go up. The excitement, the tailgate, just the things that a football weekend bring about. That cost you $10. But the opportunity to be on a weekend, to tailgate, to brag, to have parties after the game, to do the things that we hadn't been able to do here for 10 years. It's an excitable time. And again, we want everybody to be involved. We want everybody to be involved in every way. And I mean that with all my heart. Again, the main thing I want to say is I appreciate this great, great opportunity to lead East Tennessee State in this special time. The rebirth, the new era is here. It's time to start. And I will say, Dr. Nolan, I think that is a great logo. I mean, I really do. That's I'd be scared if I played it. But again, like I say, we're excited about this. And again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you very, very much.
Don't go anywhere, Coach. Coach Fulmer, please come forward. Hold on, one minute. Dr. Nolan. This is about our students. probably more than anything else, right? We have the president of our Student Government Association, Mike Wallace, here to make a presentation.
Hi, I'm Mike Wallace, and I'm president of the Student Government Association at ETSU. On behalf of the students, I just want to welcome Coach Phil Fulmer and Coach Carl Torbush. We're so excited to have them, and we're so excited to get started. In fact, I worked orientation this morning, and we have about an hour to teach the students everything they need to know about the university, where they can ask questions of any kind, classes, anything. And most of their questions were about ETS football and the future of ETSU football. So they are very excited, and we're welcome to have you. Go Bucks!
One thing, the key to all of this is if we can get this same standing ovation in 5 years. That'll be the 5th year after the season.
We also have one more thing. I'd like to ask the president of our Buccaneer Athletic Scholarship Association and former ETSU quarterback Matt Wilgem, if he'd please come forward.
Guys, it's a great day to be a Buccaneer. It's a great day to be here. Coach, can't tell you how excited we are to have you here. About 12 years ago, my teammates and I, some that are standing up here with us, shared in probably one of the greatest victories in the history of ETSU football. And as good as the day that was, I think today's going to rival it, because we can talk about the future now, and we can talk about what is to come. Coach, you talked about opportunities. Well, with opportunity comes great responsibility. And I want to thank the administration for everything that you've done to get us to this day, to bring us here. But I want to speak to the Buccaneer nation and family. Our administration, our coach, our team cannot take one more step without you. We are at the point now that we can talk about football on Saturday in the fall. And the only way that we can do that is with your help. If you're waiting to be asked, I'm asking. If you're waiting for an invitation, I'm inviting. Join the Buccaneer Athletic Scholarship Association. Join the Kickoff Fund. For as little as $21 a month, you are going to bring football back to ETSU. Guys, it's a great day. I want to recognize some folks that are taking the lead to make that happen. I want to invite the Grind staffs and the Deal family and Chance, if you guys would come on up. Every team needs a leader. Every opportunity that's before us has folks that are willing to step out and make it happen. And we want to recognize the Deal family and the Grind staffs and Chance for coming out and taking a lead in the Kickoff Fund and leading this charge for us. They stepped out in faith to help the Kickoff Fund, knowing that the Buccaneer Nation will follow. And we want to recognize them, thank them for all that they've done so far. And Coach, there's a rumor out there that I still have at least 1 year of eligibility left, so just keep that in mind. Guys, thank you.
That concludes our press conference. Thank you for coming today. Thank you.